Hi students, have a nice day. Today we are going to learn about 10th standard science. The topic name is acoustics. Next we move to introduction. Sound plays a major role in our life. We communicate with each other mainly through sound. In our daily life we hear a variety of sounds produced by different sources like humans, animals, vehicle, etc. Acoustics is a branch of physics that deals with production, transmission, reception, control and effects of sound. You have studied about propagation and properties of sound waves in 9th standard. In this lesson we will study about reflection of sound waves, echo and Doppler effect. Next let's learn about sound waves. When you think about sound, the questions that arise in your minds: how is sound produced? How does sound reach our ears from various sources? What is sound? Is it a force or energy? Let us answer all these questions. By touching a ringing bell or a musical instrument while it is produced music, you can conclude the sound is produced by vibrations. The vibrating bodies produced energy in the form of waves, which are nothing but sound waves. Suppose you and your friend are on the moon. Will you be able to hear any sound produced by your friend? As the moon does not have air, you will not be able to hear any sound produced by your friend. Hence, you understand that the sound produced due to the vibration of different bodies needs a material medium like air, water, steel, etc. for its propagation. Hence, sound can propagate through a gaseous medium or liquid medium or a solid medium. Next we move to longitudinal waves. Sound waves are longitudinal waves that can travel through any medium such as solids, liquids, gaseous with a speed that depends on the properties of the medium. As sound travels through a medium, the particles of the medium vibrate along the direction of propagation of the wave. This displacement involves the longitudinal displacements of individual molecules from their mean positions. This results in a series of high and low pressure regions called compressions and rarefactions. Next we move to categories of sound waves based on their frequencies. First one, audible waves. These are sound waves with a frequency ranging between 20 Hz and 20,000 Hz. These are generated by vibrating bodies such as vocal cords and stretched strings, etc. Next, second one, infrasonic waves. These are sound waves with a frequency below 20 Hz that cannot be heard by the human ear. Example, waves produced during earthquake, ocean waves, sound produced by whales, etc. Next, last one, ultrasonic waves. These are sound waves with a frequency greater than 20 kHz. Human ear cannot detect these waves, but certain creatures like mosquito, dogs, bats, dolphins can detect these waves. Example, waves produced by bats. Next we move to differentiate between the sound and light waves. Medium is required for the propagation and light medium is not required for the propagation. Sound waves are longitudinal and light waves are transverse. Wavelength ranges from 1.65 cm to 1.65 meter and light wavelength ranges from 4 into 10 power minus 7 meter to 7 into 10 power minus 7 meter. Sound waves travel in air with a speed of about 340 meters second per minus 1 at ntp. Light waves travel in air with a speed of 3 into 10 power 8 meter per second. Next we move to velocity of sound waves. When you talk about the velocity associated with any wave, there are two velocities, namely particle velocity and wave velocity. SI unit of velocity is meter. First learn about particle velocity. The velocity with which the particle of the medium vibrate in order to transfer the energy in the form of wave is called particle velocity. Next one, wave velocity. The velocity with which the wave travels through the medium is called wave velocity. Another one definition, the distance traveled by a sound wave in unit time is called the velocity of the sound wave. That means velocity is equal to distance divided by time taken. The formula of velocity is V is equal to n lambda. Velocity of a sound wave is maximum in solid because they are more elastic in nature than liquids and gases. Since gases are least elastic in nature, the velocity of sound is the least in gaseous medium. Here, V represented as velocity and n represented as frequency and lambda means wavelength. Next, we move to factors affecting velocity of sound. In the case of solids, the elastic properties and the density of the solids affect the velocity of sound waves. First one, effect of density. The velocity of sound in a gas is inversely proportional to the square root of the density of the gas. Hence, the velocity decreases as the density of the gas increases. Therefore, V proportional root of 1 by D. Next one, effect of temperature. The velocity of sound in a gas is directly proportional to the square root of its temperature. The velocity of sound in a gas increases with the increase in temperature. That means V proportional root T. Another one formula, Vt is equal to V0 plus 0.61 T into meter second per minus 1. Here, V0 is the velocity of sound in the gas at 0 degrees Celsius. For air, V0 is equal to 331 meters second per minus 1. Hence, the velocity of sound changes by 0.61 meters second per minus 1. Next, last one, effect of relative humidity. When humidity increases, the speed of sound increases. Next, we move to laws of reflection. The incident wave, the normal to the reflecting surface, and the reflected wave at the point of incidence lie in the same plane. The angle of incidence I is equal to the angle of reflection R. In this picture, the sound wave that travel towards the reflecting surface are called incident waves. The sound waves bouncing back from the reflecting surface are called reflected waves. For all practical purpose, the point of incidence and the point of reflection is the same point on the reflecting surface. A perpendicular line drawn at the point of incidence is called the normal. The angle which the incident sound wave makes with the normal is called angle of incidence, that means I. The angle which the reflected wave makes with the normal is called the angle of reflection R. So, the angle of incident light is equal to the angle of reflection light.